Hey everyone, Epnol here, and welcome back to this week's Commanding a Cheese. This week we're looking at 6 cards we chose out that we think are great for Commander. With me today we have...
this is Dolores Ed.
And this is Spike.
Yep, so without further ado, let's start the episode.
Oh no, hold on, you messed up. We have 7, not 6.
Yeah, we have,
Okay, 7 cards.
one of each.
Oh, good job, man, good job. Anyway.
I can cut this out, okay? I can cut this out.
No, don't cut this out. This is great.
Anyways,
People won't laugh at this, I'm sorry.
Okay, anyways, first off, let's get back on track. We have Austere Command. For 4 generic mana and 2 white mana, you played at a sorcery speed. You have choose 2. Destroy all artifacts, all enchantments, all creatures, convert mana cost with 3 or less, or all creatures with convert mana cost 4 or greater. So, personally, I feel that this card is really useful. It's not the best field wipe, but due to its versatility, it is pretty good in my opinion. You can destroy the things you want to get rid of, which usually is in one element of these 4 elements. And at 6 mana, which is pretty easy to get in EDH, if you can't get a 6 mana, you have problems. It's not a bad card. What do you guys think? How about Ed, you start?
Oh yeah, I suppose the interesting thing about Austere Command is the fact that even if you're playing small creatures or something like Rafik, you'd actually be able to play Austere Command without too many problems. I mean, the problem is, of course, the weakness of Austere Command is the fact sometimes you want to destroy all of those things, but really, overall, the fact you can selectively choose will probably help it a lot. It also does not have regen like Wrath of God, but it makes up by its flexibility, as you said earlier. So really, the best thing going for it is flexibility compared with the other wipes. It may not have can't be countered, it may not have no regeneration, but it makes it with flexibility. And considering most wipes these days are about 6 mana, is what they're setting it as, that's pretty much makes the best of the 6 mana wipes.
Yep, I agree pretty much. If you just see it as a Wrath of God, ignore the first 2 abilities, you would play this at 6 mana anyways. I mean, not the best Wrath, but then you add on to the fact that you can destroy all artifacts, which can be a problem in EDH. Someone has some stupid artifact combo or some stupid enchantment combo. You can easily just wipe that off the field with relative ease.
Okay.
Oh.
So the verdict for this is it's pretty versatile, I guess. Moving on, we have our next card, Snapcaster Mage, the hypest card in Innistrad. Snapcaster Mage is 1 generic mana, 1 blue, has flash, 2/1 body. When Snapcaster Mage enters the battlefield, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. Flashback is you may cast that card from your graveyard, and then after you cast it, exile it. So, personally I think this is a great card. Not only do you get to reuse your sorceries or instants, it has flash, so at worst it's a chump blocker. Although you probably don't want to be chump blocking with it, but...
It seems like a bad idea.
Yes, it does.
Wait, why wouldn't you want to chump block with Snapcaster?
Well, I guess, yeah, you could, because it is a 2/1, which is not bad. It can kill some creatures that way.
We're Magic players. We care about value. We want to get every ounce of value out of every single card. We're not chump blocking with no Snapcaster Mage.
Well, if you're at 10 life and your opponent is swinging at you with an Eldrazi, you might want to.
Snapcaster condemn. Win. Anyways, yeah?
So it's very versatile, as it basically anything in your graveyard you can cast again. That's how I feel. You guys want to add on?
Did you know Snapcaster was once even more broken than it currently was while in design?
Actually, I did. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get players to do their own designs. You get things that are completely out of depth from Innistrad, and it's broken, really. But yeah, Snapcaster Mage is kind of self-explanatory. Basically, play it, cast a spell, win. Pretty much it. I mean, sure, you lose it in exile, but since most people don't have return spells anyways, they'll be willing to use it a second time, really. And it is a chump blocker. I believe it is chump blocking ability.
Snapcaster is a chump blocker. Well, talking about flavor, I'm wondering how Asians do on Innistrad.
Well, considering one of the themes of Gothic horror is fear of the East and foreign influences in Europe, probably not too well.
Anyways, okay, back to the actual card. As a tournament spike, this card's been something I enjoyed playing with ever since, I don't know, Innistrad came, and then when you play EDH, it feels even more filthy because you can do all these stupid combos that are stupid, big flashy instant sorceries. It's really good.
Wait, hold on. Do you have Snapcaster?
I do have Snapcaster Mage.
Ah, congratulations!
Congratulations.
So, verdict?
I'm not bitter.
Wow, you guys give the verdict?
Very good.
Very good, very good.
Get your copies now before they go up in price.
Get your copies while Innistrad is still in print.
Actually, it's been out of print for a while.
Oh, damn it.
It has been out of print for a while.
Those wizard bastards.
Moving on.
Moving on, Spike, you want to introduce the next card?
Okay, for black we have Demonic Tutor. It costs 1 generic mana and 1 black mana. The sorcery, and basically it tutors. You search your library for any card, and you put it in your hand. Shuffle your library. You don't have to reveal it, you don't have to show anybody else, you can get any card. It's a unconditional tutor.
Yep.
Well, basically this card is only on here because it's like as good as your other cards in your deck. Like, if your deck is full of crap, well, I mean, it won't be number 1. But then, assuming your deck is full of all these toolbox options, which EDH pretty much is, it can be very versatile. It can get you out of very sticky situations, and yeah, all around great card.
Not to mention, it's also at a low mana cost, so that's really adding to a bonus because you don't have to spend that much mana just to search something from your deck. Unlike, was it Demonic Tutor?
Diabolic Tutor.
Diabolic, my bad.
Well, a warning about Demonic Tutor though is that if you play too many tutors, while it's useful for your deck, sometimes you might get bored. Just because you can, hey, I'm just gonna stall the game, find what I want, win. Some people get bored by that. That's just a warning, but I suppose that's a sign of power now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the thing is, if you have a Demonic Tutor in your deck, seeing as what the price is, people are going to go after you, most likely.
Honestly, it's not that expensive in comparison. Okay. But I think that the main thing about this card, it adds a consistency to your deck, which is like the opposite of what EDH normally is. Because normally, if you have one of each card, you can't combo out, or you can't do stupid things as easily as you can in constructed formats.
True.
But
basically, it makes your deck more consistent.
Yeah.
Okay, so the verdict for this is consistency, I guess.
I'd argue that in the cards we've listed so far, it's just right behind Snapcaster Mage, really.
Well, I mean, this is why it's broke. Like, the fact that they printed a Diabolic Tutor which costs double the mana, I think it proves how broken the 2 mana cost on Demonic Tutor is.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that.
Not to mention it's banned in almost every single format except for Commander, because, well, you can only have one of them.
Just wait, after this, it's going to get banned.
Oh, thank goodness I'm not putting it in my deck anymore.
Well, next card, Ed.
Alright, the next card is, everybody, Insurrection. It's basically summed up as red. Stick it to the man. Anyways, 5 generic, triple red, sorcery, untap all creatures and gain control of them until the end of the turn, and they gain haste, so mass threaten. And since threaten is 3 mana, and this is 8, you do the math, it's very cheap, relatively speaking. It's the best, it's pretty much a red finisher. I mean, red has all these creatures, but since everyone else has better creatures, red will have to make up with this spell to steal their creatures to kill them. The only problem, of course, is that it's 8 mana, so almost everyone's just gonna see it coming, so you better watch your ass. Oops.
Also, it's a one-time use.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I like to disagree with everybody sees it coming. No one sees it coming unless you actually play with it too often. You're playing red. Everybody underestimates red. I mean, believe me, I know.
True, because true. Red is considered one of the worst EDH colors in most
We don't have consistent card draw, we don't have counter spells, we don't have unconditional removal.
all you can do is warp things and burn
Yeah,
things.
we can burn things, and burning isn't that great in EDH. We don't have, what else don't we have? We don't have mana ramp, that's good. We don't have tutors that are good. Red is like, ugh. I'm glad they had this card.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I just heard someone said red might not be as good. It isn't.
Yeah, I play Norn. I think you guys seen my Norn deck type. If you haven't, go check it out. Self-advertising. Anyways, Insurrection 1Me mini games just takes everybody's fatties, swing in their face, win. Like, no one sees it coming. I'm serious. Well, unless your play group starts to see you use it a lot, then you might want to be more careful when you use it. Or Purple Seiju. Either way.
You know what could make Insurrection even more me?
What?
If you have a sack outlet.
So Wrath of God, Wrath of God, and Masterin seems good.
Yeah, I was thinking like something like one of the altars or something, and you just, Ashnod's altar or something like that, and you just basically steal their stuff, sack it, and then play something, yeah. I don't know.
Well, luckily we have colorless cards to help red, but aside from the point, I'd say Insurrection is definitely the best red card that red can play, unless they go into colorless or artifacts.
Yeah.
Okay, so the verdict is best red card and really chaotic.
And very fun. I recommend you trying it out.
Oh yeah. If you play red, get one.
Even if you don't play red for this. No.
Okay, moving on, we have Genesis.
Seeing as this card is Epnos' pet card, you can introduce it, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. It's 4 generic mana, 1 green, so 5 mana total. Creature Incarnation, I'm not sure why it's an Incarnation, but anyways, it's a 4/4 body. At the beginning of upkeep, if Genesis is in your graveyard, you may pay 3 mana, 2 generic, 1 green. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Personally, I feel like it's probably, it may not be the best green card, but it's probably the best green toolbox, because since you only have 1 copy of each creature in your deck, and if that creature dies, it's usually gone. But with Genesis, you can keep on returning stuff when they die. Plus, it also plays along with sacrifice abilities that you probably play a few in your deck if you're in EDH, because sometimes you really want to sack your creature for some advantages.
I'd just like to see someone Photoshop a picture of Gact on Genesis. And then also, well, come on, you probably get Square Enix, you bastards. Also, you have to understand that in regards to creature type, Odyssey Block was the one where they tried to verge away from the stereotype. So, like green, they were using the Nantuko instead of the elves, and well, that failed horribly. So, Incarnation was like an attempt at elemental, but not, seeing as Incarnation's representation. But considering elementals are basically the same thing, they dropped that real quick. The sack outlet thing is probably going to be the most abused part of Genesis. It's like basically you play Greater Good, you sack, you draw cards, and then you basically get back whatever you want and then play it again. So like Acidic Slime, for example, you sack that, and then you basically play it again and murder things. And it got to if you think about it, Genesis is so good, they made a sort of copy in white, like Sigil of the Dawn or something like that. I can't remember. Sigil of the New Dawn. It's like, it's good enough that they made like a semi-copy of it in white, and I think also in black. So yeah, it's good. I mean, on a side note, green is the color that we had a little difficulty agreeing on, but I think Genesis really is pretty good.
Yeah, I think if anything, this is something that makes people want to play Graveyard Hit. Like, a Genesis that stays in the graveyard for at least maybe 3 turns usually definitely helps you win the game. Like, I played against Epno once. He had I think he had a sack outlet, and he had like Eternal Witness and Genesis, and then he just kept getting back one of his, I think it was Cyclonic Rift, and it was just very annoying in general.
That was awesome.
Hate that game. I mean, you eventually draw out of it, you have a counter spell or something, but then still it takes a while.
Yeah.
So, verdict?
Yes. Green's Graveyard Toolbox. That's all I can say.
Pretty much.
Agreed.
Okay, Ed, want to introduce the next card?
hold on, are we going artifact or land first?
Artifact.
We're doing artifact first.
Alright, artifact is of course one of the most broken cards out of Kamigawa. Which is a set not known for its brokenness. But it's Sensei's Divining Top. It's 1 mana, it's an artifact. 1 mana, you look at the top 3 cards of your library, then you put them back in any order. And then you tap, draw a card, put the Divining Top on top of his owner's library. So basically, most people will not be using the second ability. You're just going to be looking at the first one. And what it does is, it's kind of like what new players tend to do in Magic. They already start sneaking looks at the top of their deck. And this basically just ensures that they do it legally. And, it's good. I mean, you arrange your draw so that you can arrange your mana screws, and if you really need the card that's on there, or if they're just trying to destroy Sensei's Divining Top without going to split second or something like that, you could just tap it and then put it on top. So think of the second ability more as a evasion or like an emergency response, but most of the time you can be using your first ability, and it's broken, and even though they released it from the Vault Exiled, they're probably not going to be doing it again for a while, so it's expensive, and it's a rip-off, but it's good.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright, go
It's cheap
for it.
in mana cost, and you basically said everything I want to say about it. It's extremely powerful, annoying to remove, and yeah, that's all I can say.
Well, let's see. It's banned in Modern. That says something. Well, most of the cards we talked, or some of the cards rather. Actually, just what was it? Just Demonic Tutor, fine. But look, it's banned in Modern. Why? The shuffle. If you have any shuffle effects, you have fetch lands. If you have I don't know, there are various shuffle effects that can abuse first ability very well. Say you don't want this one card, you take the other 2 cards, you wait till you draw, and then you crack your fetch land, and then you shuffle the other 2 away. I mean, that's the basis of Legacy almost. It makes it even stronger for EDH because, like I said, with Demonic Tutor, it adds consistency. You can get what you want, and yeah, it's not as good, of course, but then still, it's I guess more long lasting because you can use it repeatedly. And I guess the draw card actually you can use this to combo with whatchamacallit, Future Sight. So you just replay the top card. So basically, it's a 1 mana draw card, which is very strong. Of course, if you're not playing blue, well, I mean, it's still a good card regardless.
Yes, indeed. So therefore, we decided this was the card we want to talk about in this episode, and if not the best card in EDH, it's definitely in the top 5 or 10. So,
Speaking of which,
go on.
I don't think most teachers have tops, do they? I recall one teacher confiscated one. Oh, sorry, off topic.
Well, I mean,
It is Japan.
That's true.
Do Japanese people actually have tops?
Divining Tops.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm living in Japan right now, but I don't know.
I know kids play with tops because I've seen them play with tops, but they're not
Beyblades all the way.
This is slightly different from a Beyblade, just a bit maybe.
I typed in Google. I typed Divining Top just to see what happens. Sensei's Divining Top pops up.
Okay,
Well,
I guess it could be just magic.
It could be, for all we know. Because I've only heard of, in terms of divination, animal guts and turtle shells and throwing chopsticks, but never heard of a top. This is new.
Very interesting, eh? Okay, no one got the Persona reference, never mind. Moving on, the land. Spike, how about you introduce the next card?
Okay, so this is the last card we're going to talk about today. It's called Maze of Ith. It's a land, and unlike most land, it does not add mana to your mana pool. Instead, what it does is you tap it and you untap target attacking creature. Prevent all combat damage that be dealt to and dealt by that creature this turn. So basically, it forces a creature to get stuck in the maze.
Oh, so would it have been more flavorful if the creature had gotten the creature type rat?
There would have to be cheese at the end of the maze, but...
Lab rat.
Lab rat.
Well, basically, this card is probably one of the strongest lands out there. And basically, they had to tone it down by making Mystifying Maze.
Arguably, Mystifying Maze could be better. Arguably.
Arguably, yes, because the Mystifying Maze can produce mana.
No, I mean, it abuses enter the battlefield effects, but...
Oh, and that.
Wait, hold on. What's the other one called, and why is it better?
Mystifying Maze.
Wait, well, you can only exile opponents, I believe, right?
Oh, but you can use political stuff to make people blow up other stuff. I don't know.
True.
Like, you attack me with the 6-time, you can blow up that problematic permanent, maybe?
Yeah, I guess you could do that. But anyways, Maze of Ith was probably one of the oldest best lands out there, and it has history and magic, which is partially why we chose it to mention it. Personally, I really like it despite not having this card, just because, hey, it's remove a creature that's attacking you in the face. Why not? Ed?
Well, it's just good. I really have nothing else to say about it. It's just really good. I mean, I suppose I sometimes like my lands to have more utility than just that. You know, sometimes I like a land that adds mana, but this, I mean, there isn't really much to say about it. It's just good in general.
Yeah, it's so good, we're all speechless.
And it's from the dark? What?
Well, I'm glad they had new art for this. Original art was... I'm not sure if any of you noticed, but...
It looked like a sliver stuck in kind of some of the orb thing with tentacles coming out of the orb.
It's a brain.
Actually, I don't think I should mention this on this video. Actually, I won't. Just use your imagination if you can.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, anyways,
Understood.
moving on.
I like the judge art. The judge art is nice.
It also sets you back a whopping $150 US.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
does.
That's right. Crack is cheaper.
Well, actually, I want to add something to this card. Actually, it sets up very interesting situations late game, because if someone's attacking, say, player C, and you're player A with a big creature, you can actually save player C with this card, because it doesn't have to be attacking you. So, I don't know, I think it makes games more interesting, I guess.
Indeed, it does.
Wait, hold on. Mystify Maze does so also.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Some of them do it.
I suppose there is one advantage Mystifying Maze has over Maze of Ith, and that is that it comes into play. They return it tapped instead of untapped.
That's true.
True.
That's true.
So that might actually come, so that the untapped target attacking creature part can come to bite you later. Just maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But really, that's a small nitpick for this card.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure. Like, ability-wise, sometimes you might want Maze of Ith. We're kind of talking about two cards right now, actually. Interesting enough.
Because they're functionally similar.
Yes, indeed. Arguably, Maze of Ith is usually better according to most sources, I believe. But Mystifying Maze, yes, it is out there. And in EDH, it's not a bad card. You could technically hold off commander damage just with Mystifying Maze.
So, wanna wrap it up?
Wrapping this up, Maze of Ith is probably one of the best cards out there. And, well, along with Mystifying Maze, they are a force to be reckoned with. Nothing else I could say about that. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I am Epnol.
I am Dolores Ed.
I am Spike.
And thanks for watching this episode. Hope to see you guys next week.